Wine and cheese. Cheese and wine. It sounds so simple, but is it really? We have cow and goat and sheep and other milk source cheeses. There's raw and skimmed and pasteurized cheeses, and there's creamy and semi-soft and hard cheeses. And then there's the wine. Is it red, white, rosé, still, sparkling? There are so many choices, dry, sweet. What do we do? We are here to give you some basic tips for pairing wine and cheese. So give our video a like, comment, and subscribe today for more. Is there a more iconic pairing than wine and cheese? The custom of serving in wine and cheese has been popular with peasants starting with Homer. Kings and queens have done it with the elite. And, you know, from then until now, there has been nothing better than the combination of wine and cheese.
Well, you are right, Allie. That's been around forever, and cheese has been revered by wine and food lovers for so long. But the bottom line is there's only one ingredient, and that is milk. So be it cow's milk, sheep's milk, goat's milk, and with the help of Mother Nature's natural miracle of fermentation that we all are very much aware of, it's transformed into a multitude of different textures, styles, and palate profiles.
And we start with the milk source, as Cindy just said, but then cheeses can be raw or skimmed or pasteurized. And then there's this thing called texture. Is it creamy, semi-soft, or hard? You can choose from them all.
So with hundreds of different types of cheeses and thousands of wines, how do we approach pairing wine and cheese?
Okay, so choosing the wine to serve with cheese is really not something we need to get worked up about. Acid likes acid, fruit likes fruit, and sweetness kills that acidity. Combining cheese and wine is all about taste and texture.
And know this, our beautiful subscribers and viewers, a great cheese will make an average wine seem greater than it is, but an average cheese will drag down a good wine.
Well, you got that right. So words to remember for sure. So is everyone ready to pair wine with cheese?
Yes.
So here's the first tip. If in doubt, think about this. The whiter and fresher the cheese, the whiter and crisper the wine. The darker and stronger the cheese, the darker and heavier should be the wine. For example, I have a goat cheese. It's right here on my cracker, ready to go. A soft, unripened cheese it's tart and earthy. And I paired it with a Sauvignon Blanc from Sancerre in the Loire Valley, Henri Bourgeois, to 2020, and it was like $25. One of my favorite wines, by the way. There in Sancerre, the wines are fresh and pure with herbal notes, citrus notes. So now is time for the taste test. I'm going to take a little bite of my goat cheese. I love it.
Now wash it down with some wine.
Yum. Best day ever.
Oh. It's what's for dinner, basically.
Yeah.
When you talk about acid, absolutely. The fresh, the creamy, that very lush texture of the goat cheese and the acidity and the freshness and the herbal notes in this wine make it a classic pairing. So Sauvignon Blanc from the Loire Valley and a fresh goat cheese, absolutely perfect. That's it.
So tip one, we got. Now tip two is to think about origins. So another way you can approach wine and cheese pairing is to think about where wine is produced, so is cheese. And so why not partner wines and cheeses from the same regions or same places? So I went with a Manchego from Spain. Now this is a hard sheep's milk cheese, and it comes generally from the central part of Spain. And, you know, you can have younger or more aged. I have a slightly more aged, about 6 months. So I get a little more of this kind of sour, creamy type thing, a little tangy with all the sweet flavors. There's typically, I was eating this a little before as we started, like hay and grass. And I also get into a little bit of caramely nuttiness, but there's a nice creaminess. And since my cheese is from Spain, I chose a wine from Spain. I have the Condado de Haza Ribera del Duero. It's about a $20 wine. And Ribera del Duero is a region that is exclusively Tempranillo. That is the grape. So you get these, you know, dark fruits, nice tannic wines. And now,
Can't wait to hear.
I love Manchego.
Don't we all?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are making me hungry.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
definitely hungry.
It's great. The cheese I have has this really lovely creamy texture, but then this kind of like sharp, kind of sour creamy, as I was saying, this tanginess to it. And with the wine, it doesn't overwhelm it at all, but the richness of the wine, the boldness of the fruit flavors, and the nice tannins kind of minimize the creaminess, you know, and they kind of, there's a harmony between it. So it's really just absolutely beautiful. So that's tip 2.
Yum.
Perfect.
Well, tip 3, it's kind of 2 tips in one, A and B. Weight of wine should be matched with weight of the cheese. Or you can go the other way, and that's to do a contrast of opposites. And because I'm a fan of contrast and opposites, you know what way I went. I selected an extra mature cheddar cheese. Cheddar and mature cheddar cheeses are my favorite. This one specifically comes from Wales. So it's like super yummy white extra aged cheddar. And it is made from cow's milk with this like creamy, hugely powerful taste. And yes, it is a white cheddar cheese, but I love pairing it with a big, bold, lush Cabernet Sauvignon.
Oh,
So I just love everything about the contrast. So I've chosen De Silva Cabernet Sauvignon. This is from the Okanagan Valley in British Columbia. It is about a $30 bottle. And I'm just going to go ahead and have a little nibble because it's been looking at me since you guys have been talking. Oh, it's like fireworks in my mouth. So good.
sparklers.
It is like a little sparkle candy.
Mm-hmm.
I love salt and I love the creamy, everything about this cheese is amazing. And then I get to pair it with this gorgeous thing. So this is all about harmony. This is about making each other shine and sparkle. It's about, you know, shining the light on the other one and yet having this gorgeous little like melodic dance in my mouth. It's so good. It is so good. I love really the combination of sharp alongside smooth. It's, you know, they just bring the edges in and make each other just gorgeous. I guess opposites really do attract, is what I'm saying.
It's pretty cool because we had a goat's milk, softer cheese. We had a hard, but I would say mine has a little more, is bordering semi-soft compared to your cheddar. I have a sheep's milk, you have a cow's milk, 3 different cheeses. We tried 3 different ways to pair and we found harmony in all of them. So you see, pairing wine and cheese is not too complicated if you follow a few basic tips. So give our video a like, try pairing wine and cheese and let us know what works for you, and subscribe to our channel for more.